right, folks, welcome to Racer Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170, The Answer. Well, I'm extremely excited with this next interview, and thank you to Brittany Sandoval for setting it up, and Davey Combs. We've got Jett Lawrence. He just won the Marty Smith Rookie of the Year at Paula, and I tell you what, he has got to be one happy rider. How you doing, Jett?
I'm doing really good, thank you.
Have you come down off Cloud 9 yet, or are you still floating around up there?
Yeah, I have now. I got put back into place after I had to go ride with my trainer.
So you're back training already?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, you're from Australia. For folks that may not know, how big is motocross in Australia?
It's pretty decently big, but not as big as over here in America.
Yeah. Same kind of tracks, basically?
Yeah, similar.
Okay. So Davey told me to ask you one question, and I don't know what it means, but he just said, ask him about donuts.
So I guess I have to tell a story of that now, don't I?
Well, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it just sounds interesting. Maybe we could talk about it off air sometime, because the last thing I want to do is embarrass you, but I figured you're either doing donuts or you're eating donuts, one of the two.
Both.
That's funny. Hey, so I was totally shocked that Geico closed down after your win, but like good things happen to good people, Honda turned around and scooped you right up.
Yeah, I was very lucky and got to end up getting swooped up by Honda HRC with Ken Roxon and Chase Jackson. So I'm definitely I'm pretty lucky boy to be able to do that with my brother and I. So no, it's pretty sick when I heard that.
Yeah, Hunter got signed up as well. But you know what? Good people have good things happen to them. And I mean, I watched your interview on TV. And I told my wife, I said, now there's a kid that's going to go a long way. And I didn't even know about losing one ride and gaining another ride, because I talk to a lot of young kids here in San Diego, and I mentor them. And I tell them, riding a bike fast and winning is one thing, but you've got to be just as good off the track as you are on the track.
Yeah, that's 100%. There's twice as much work put in off the bike, and even with social media, especially when you get to the pro ranks, definitely a lot more than you actually think. Pro life, coming in, I'm like, oh yeah, pro life is going to be so fun, like easy. We take guys, but you always go to interviews, go to do media stuff, get photos, signings. It's a lot more than you think actually when you're going to pro. But once you get into a rhythm, it's definitely fun.
Yeah. Well, I think that I tell people all the time that when a rider is off his bike, he works twice as hard as when he's on the bike. Because when you're on the bike, it's just you and the bike, and you don't have to worry about anything around you other than your competition, and you're more at peace of mind on the track than probably off the track.
Yeah, like for me, riding a bike's like yoga. It relaxes me.
Yeah.
So, no, it's definitely, we put twice as much work, like you said, into off the bike than on the bike. And we definitely put a hard work on the bike, but there's definitely a whole lot more that goes in to what we do behind the scenes, and that not many other people see.
Yeah, well, and being that I'm here in San Diego, I knew Marty Smith personally, and he was just like you. Marty was in high school at 15. He had a contract with, I think it was Honda, at the age of 15. But he was as down to earth and approachable. It sounds like just like you, and I think that's what made him the champion that he was. And I could definitely see the fact that you're on the same trail.
Yeah, I was always looking up to the pros when I was a kid. I feel like the best thing a kid is be able to speak to like their favorite writer and that stuff and be like normal, not be kind of like be more to the ground, like you say. And I always try and make time for my fans when I can, because
sure,
times like that. And for us, it might, like for me now, it might not be a big deal, but for them, I know it's major. And I was in their shoes at one stage, so I always try to help do that and make sure my fans are happy, because I know how much it means to them. And because I've been in those shoes before with meeting, I think Ken Robson when he came to Germany one time, and it makes your day 10 times better. So I always try to make my fans happy. Well,
yeah, you live, the fan lives through you because they can't do what you're doing. So, and it's no different than football, baseball. Anytime you have an idol or a sports figure that you look up to, mine was Dale Earnhardt Sr. I mean, I idolized the guy, and it makes your day so much better, especially when your idol wins. And again, it's great the way you handle yourself off the track, and I think that's huge. You must be a major superstar right now in Australia.
I haven't been there for a while, but it'll be it's pretty cool if I am, that's for sure.
Yeah, you'll get the key to the city, as they say.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a box ticked off.
So, what's on your plate? Where are you going next? Are you racing anymore? Are you off for a while? What's the deal?
My next race is probably the start of Supercross. So I would normally, if there was no COVID-19, I'd probably go over to Australia. They have a Supercross race that's pretty big called Ausex Open.
Mm-hmm.
They have some overseas Supercross races like in France and that stuff. So I would normally probably do that. But since the COVID, they kind of weren't allowed to do those.
Right.
And also and to go to Australia, it's you have to quarantine for 4 days and pay for your own hotel. And so that was definitely not in the books.
Yeah.
Right now I'm just training, just getting ready for that next race.
Sure. Now, excuse me, what bike were you riding when you were with the Geico team?
I was riding a Honda.
Okay. So the transition is not going to be all that difficult. You're just going to have probably more support.
Yeah, I had heaps of support on Geico. It's just basically a different sticker kit for me.
Yeah, I was surprised they closed their doors, but corporate does corporate things. I get it. Usually the first to go is motorsports. So they ought to just.
Yeah, so true. The new CEO comes in, goes, "Oh, why are we investing in that? I like that better."
Yeah, they'd rather invest in the Geico, but that's another story. Or Gecko. Yeah. Gecko, that's what they call those little guys, the Gecko. All right. Well, hey, if you ever, next year, when you get back out to San Diego, if you come out this way to race either Paula or Glen Helen, if you have an opportunity, check with your PR people. I'd love to maybe get you into San Diego one morning and put your bike and you on local television. I'm the #1 watched morning show down here, and I'm the only one that covers motorsports of all kind, and I would love to have you on.
Yeah, I can talk to my manager, Luke. Do something like that.
All right, that sounds great. Hey, by the way, if people want to follow you on social media, what's your handle?
My Instagram is Jetson18 right now, because that's my new number. It's JETTSON 18. So give me a follow. I try and stay pretty updated with that. I'm pretty lazy with it, but I'm still kind of new. I'm not the best at my social media, even though I'm around that era.
Yeah.
Social media, so just give me a follow. I'll try to keep you guys interested.
Okay. The other piece of advice I'm going to give you, only because I'm old enough to be your dad or your grandfather, start a journal. Start writing something every night before you go to bed on how your day went. And then when you get up to about 40 years old, they can make a movie out of it, and you'll never have to work again.
that's actually a pretty smart idea. I think I might go to Walmart or something, go and buy a book right now.
There you go, buddy. All right, well, Jett, thank you very much. Great name for a motocross guide. I can't wait to follow you from here on out. Stay in touch and be safe.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on here, man.
My pleasure. All right, folks, we're going to take the break, but don't go nowhere. Gun Owners Radio's right around the corner. And we've got people carrying chairs in here. That's how crazy it's going to be right here on FM 96.1, AM 1170. The Answer.
This program is sponsored by Dave Stahl.